Hello, beautiful creatures of my world, and welcome back to Coffee with Kerri-Lynn. Still a sad day. We have discovered who the shooter is. The shooter has been apprehended. There is a lot of things going on in the news cycle. There's a lot of things that have happened that are not being reported because of the assassination of Charliekirk on Wednesday. It does appear that a lot of the rhetoric about the shooter is around, once again, the trans community. There are a lot of references that were made by the shooter that are very popular among the furry community. Ladies and gentlemen, beautiful creatures of my world, our country is falling apart. It is a divide and conquer situation. I don't know if you're on X. I'm on X. I see a lot of stuff, which I'm not going to put on my channel. I don't find it necessary. If you want to see what's going on X with the far left and how they are reveling in all of this, and it's all over the place. It's like front page on X. It's just Threads. I'm not on Threads. It's just the glee and the joy and the t-shirts that were made. Yes, the t-shirts are a thing. Somebody asked me about that. Yes, there are t-shirts. A company made t-shirts of Charlie, his image, his likeness, with spatter. These horrendous things. We are living in a very wild time. I think at best, this is going to be like the 1960s. At best. Weather underground. At worst, Civil War. And civil war is not something that you want to see in this country. There are a lot of people that understand in order to destroy the United States of America, you gotta destroy it from the inside out. And those people have a lot of money. And that money gets filtered down into blue states. That money gets filtered in the blue states to cities that want to play catch and release, that want to play games, even in my town. The police catch, our DA releases. It seems like crime can run rampant everywhere. But that's how you destroy a country. You pit the citizens against each other. You say it's okay. It's okay to other someone for their political affiliation. It's okay to be physical with somebody who doesn't agree with you. That's what the youth has been taught. It's all about their feelings. Don't do that because they feel away. But whatever you feel, that doesn't matter. Because other people's feelings don't matter. Just your own feelings matter. This is what children are being taught in school. Unfairness, unjust things. Children are being taught to act out, have a temper tantrum when you feel that something that is happening to you is unjust. Just have the temper tantrum. Don't talk about it. Don't negotiate with the people that you feel are being mean to you. Just throw a temper tantrum. Throw everything all over the room. It's fine. Because your feelings matter. I grew up in a different time. I grew up in a time of kickball in the streets, hockey in the streets, roller skating, groups of kids. All the moms in the neighborhood was friends. And when the kids had a tete-a-tete, we were all made to work it out. We were made to solve the problem amongst ourselves, because the moms, they were going to stay friends, and you were going to have to go to Susie's house, and Susie and you weren't getting along, and you could sit at opposite ends of the couch and don't talk to each other. Susie up in her room, you in the living room, and the mothers didn't care, because y'all was going to work it out on your own, no interference. Not one child was better than the other one. It was called conflict resolution, and we learned that very, very well. When I got married and decided I was going to be a stay-at-home mom, we decided this together. I had working friends, and they would say, oh, I don't know how you can do it. I need to make my own money. I need to have a say in everything that my money goes to. And I'd say to myself, why? Because you don't have negotiation skills. I negotiated my way through my marriage. When I wanted to, I had hella negotiation skills because I had to work it out with my girlfriends. And you learn these things. It becomes an art form. Oh, I want this, you want that. Well, I'll meet you somewhere in the middle, or, you know, as my husband calls me, a professional grifter in our marriage. People don't negotiate anymore. It's all one way or the other and nothing in between. This money that's funneled into our country and has gone to blue states and blue cities and blue towns. This money that has been funneled in and gone to influence news networks, legacy media. I'm still glad some of y'all got fired, by the way. And there should be more firings to come from what I'm seeing on X. Some of y'all at legacy media, Chris Cuomo, need to go. You need to go. Anybody can shout over the person that they're interviewing, Cuomo. Anybody. But this money that's coming in is meant to divide the United States, because the only way that the United States is going to fall is from the inside. It's the Russian model. Gorbachev was able to pull Russia out of communism because the West worked very carefully on the youth. Divide and conquer from the inside. Gorbachev was able to pull it off. The Berlin Wall came down from the inside. It was the youth. Sometimes when countries implode, it's a good thing. But we are the freest country. We are the best country in the world. And I don't care what you say. Everybody is scrambling to be in our country, to become a citizen, legally and illegally. Because we are the land of opportunity. Still. No matter what you think of our economy, no matter what you think of our politics, everybody still wants to come to America. The land of promise and dreams. And this big money from people you cannot name on these platforms. They aim to destroy that. And they're doing a damn good job. They've made it so most people cannot speak civilly to each other. I said yesterday about a person, business owner, that was thrown out of one of the citizens groups because that person said something compassionate about the passing of Charliekirk. That group leans left. That person that made that comment, because I know them personally, they are very open-minded and very left-leaning. And the left eats their own. We've seen it time and time again. You can walk lockstep with them, but the minute you have a moment that you don't agree with them, they throw you out. They other you. And that money funneling in, I call it the George and Eric money. That's aimed to destroy America from the inside out. Charliekirk's assassination, that was bigger than Charliekirk. That was bigger than any wild imagining that anybody could have. That was strategic, in my humble opinion. Charlie unified the right. Charlie had a promising future. Kind of reminds me of John Jr. When John Kennedy Jr. made that flight that evening from New York back to the Vineyard, he had flown that plane many times. He had landed at the airport many times. But you see, in the background was talk of political aspirations. In the background was talk of his father's legacy. His Uncle Teddy, he already sold out. John Jr. would have been a unifier for the country. And a certain side couldn't have that. And his plane going down, taking him and his beautiful wife out of this world. God had a plan. God works in mysterious ways. But it just seems that those with the greatest potential to unify, they die at a very young age. They die not of natural causes. They die in accidents and tragedies. We're still trying to figure out where things go from here. If you are on X, if you are on Threads, if you are on any of the other social media platforms, you will see that there is a list being circulated with names. If you're on the Reddit, you may have seen the song list that celebrates the untimely passing of Charliekirk. You may have also seen the list that is being created for the much bigger channels. And there are some pretty big names on that list. There's going to be a lull. Everybody's grieving, and we all need to take a minute. Take a deep breath. Be still. At best, I do believe we're going to see an actual repeat of the 1960s. And God help us if the at worst actually comes into the picture. You don't want a civil war. Everybody's saying this all day today. When social media gets wild, this is the loose rendition that Charlie would tell people. When social media is getting wild, put down your phone and go hang out with your family. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to do what we do every weekend. We're going to continue to harvest off our garden, take care of the animals. We're going to go do our chores around town, all our grocery. And we're going to live in the moment. Because at any moment, things could be disrupted. You're not going to have any warning, ladies and gentlemen, beautiful creatures of my world. You're not going to have any warning of a big eruption. You're going to go to bed one night and you're going to wake up to a totally different world. So please remember, as you go about your day, people are angry, people are lost, and people are really afraid. Remember to be the kindness that you want to see in the world. And as always, Carpe Diem, because no one promised you a tomorrow.